There comes a moment so heavy, so silent, when your soul whispers, I can't do this anymore. When the weight of the world presses against your chest and every breath feels like a battle. You've been fighting for so long, giving everything you've got, and still, the finish line seems nowhere in sight. You're tired, not the kind of tired sleep can fix, but the kind that sits in your bones, the kind that makes you question why you ever started. And in that darkness, when no one sees your tears, when no one knows the storm inside your head, that's where the truth begins to form. Because it's in that breaking point, that invisible edge between giving up and holding on, where champions are born. Every great story begins there, in the dirt, in the silence, in the moments when the world stops believing in you. The heroes you admire, the legends whose names echo through time, they all stood where you stand now, on the edge of surrender. But they took one more step. Just one. When their bodies screamed, when their minds begged them to stop, they moved forward. That's the difference between those who dream and those who do. The moment you think it's over is the same moment your rebirth begins. The pain you feel right now, it's not your enemy, it's the fire forging your purpose. It's life testing you, asking, how bad do you really want it? And I know you're scared. I know the mountain feels impossible. But hear me when I say this, if you can endure just a little longer, if you can breathe through the chaos, if you can take one more step, your whole life can change. Right here, right now, before you give up, take one more step. The pain that builds you, pain is not the punishment. It's the preparation. You see, every scar, every sleepless night, every failure that broke you, it was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to teach you, to sharpen you, to reveal the warrior that's been sleeping inside you. People run from pain, they hide from discomfort, but pain is the birthplace of strength. It's the furnace where courage is molded, where discipline is tested, where character is born. You cannot rise without falling. You cannot build muscle without breaking it first. You cannot grow without pain. That's nature's law, and yet we resist it. We cry out, why me? When life gets hard. But the truth is, it had to be you. Because no one else could carry the weight of your calling. No one else was built for your battle. You were chosen for this mountain. You were chosen for this climb. The universe, God, destiny, whatever name you give it, it saw something in you. Something unbreakable, something eternal, so it gave you struggle, not as a curse, but as a calling. To awaken you, to make you dangerous, to make you unstoppable. Every setback, every betrayal, every dark night was fuel. You were being shaped for greatness, even when you didn't see it. So don't curse your pain. Recycle it, use it, let it feed your hunger, let it sharpen your focus. When they doubt you, when they walk away, when life knocks you to your knees, smile. Because that's where warriors are born. You rise not in comfort, but in chaos. Not in applause, but in silence. Remember this, the pain you feel today will become the power you wield tomorrow. Let the world see your scars, not as wounds, but as proof that you refused to break. You turned your pain into purpose. You recycled it into power. That's what we do here. That's what we stand for. This is Inspira X. This is where pain becomes fuel. The fire inside every human being burns a fire, a spark so powerful it can light up the darkest path. But most people let it die. They bury it under fear, under doubt, under the opinions of others. They forget who they are. They forget that the fire was never meant to be extinguished, it was meant to be unleashed. The world doesn't owe you passion. You have to create it. You have to feed it with vision, with discipline, with belief. Because the truth is, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to hand you your dream. If you want it, you've got to fight for it. Every single day, you've got to show up when it's raining, when it's cold, when nobody's watching, when nobody's clapping. You've got to show up for yourself. That's where greatness begins, in the moments of solitude, when no one sees your grind, but you do it anyway. You push because you have to. Because there's something inside you that refuses to die quietly. That's the fire I'm talking about. The one that whispers, keep going even when everything hurts. The one that says, I will not be defeated. Feed that fire. Protect it from the voices that tell you you're not enough. From the doubt that tries to smother it. From the comfort that tries to seduce you into mediocrity. You are not average. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to burn so bright that others can see hope in your light. That's what happens when you stop waiting for permission and start living with purpose. When you remember who you are, limitless, capable, powerful. Every time you fall and rise again, your fire grows stronger. Every time you face fear and keep moving, your flame spreads wider. So let it burn, let it roar, let it consume every excuse, every limitation, every fear. This is your time to rise. This is your time to remember what you were born for. Don't let the world dim your light. The fire inside you, that's your destiny calling. The battle within, the hardest battle you will ever fight, is not against the world. It's against yourself, against your fears, your doubts, your laziness, your excuses. Against that inner voice that tells you to quit. You have to face it. Every day, you have to look in the mirror and choose discipline over comfort, faith over fear, growth over stagnation. Because success isn't about talent, it's about mastery of the mind. The battlefield is internal, and the moment you realize that, you become unstoppable. When your mind says, "I'm done," your spirit must whisper, "Not yet." You must learn to command yourself. To silence the noise. To push past the limits that exist only in your head. You are stronger than you think. You have survived things that once broke you, and yet here you are. Breathing, standing, fighting. That's not weakness, that's proof of your power. Every day you win small battles that no one sees. Getting out of bed when depression holds you down, staying focused when distractions scream your name, choosing to believe when everything says give up. Those victories matter, they build the foundation of your greatness. Never underestimate the power of showing up. Every single step forward, no matter how small, counts. The struggle you feel is not the end, it's the beginning of your evolution. You're becoming the person you were meant to be. And yes, it hurts. Growth always does. But you are not here to live small. You are here to conquer the voice inside that says you can't. You are here to rise every time you fall. To fight every time you fail. To rewrite your story, not with words, but with resilience. The world doesn't need more people who play it safe. It needs warriors of faith. Dreamers who refuse to quit. And that's exactly who you are, whether you see it yet or not. You are the storm. You are the fire. You are the power you've been waiting for. The moment you rise, one day, you will look back and realize that every heartbreak, every failure, every sleepless night was preparing you for this moment. The moment you rise, the moment you finally understand why it had to hurt so much, because pain was building your foundation. It was sculpting the version of you that could handle the dream you were praying for. You will stand on the other side of your struggle and smile, not because it was easy, but because you survived. You endured, you refused to break, and that's when you'll see it. You were never broken, you were becoming. Every tear watered the seeds of your destiny. Every setback was a setup for your return. And when that day comes, when the sun rises and you feel peace where there used to be pain, you'll know, it was all worth it. Every step, every scar, every lonely night, you'll know that the strength you carry was earned, not given. That your story was written in fire, not ink. And that's something no one can take away from you. So don't quit now. Don't give up when you're one step away from the breakthrough you've been waiting for. The dream you hold, it's closer than you think. You are the author of your destiny, the warrior of your own war, the miracle you've been searching for. The world will try to define you by your past, but you define yourself by your comeback. So rise, breathe, take one more step, and when you do, remember this, your pain has purpose. Your struggle has meaning, and your story, your beautiful, messy, unstoppable story, will inspire others to rise too. Because that's what true greatness does. It creates more greatness. That's what we believe here. That's what we fight for. This is your reminder. From the voice of InspiraX to the fire in your soul, the next step could change your life forever. So before you give up, take one more step, and watch the world open before you.